Hello everybody, welcome to another episode here on the College Programmer. Thanks for tuning in to the third video on this channel. In my last video I said we will be talking about operands, but what I meant to say was operators. And the 6 operators we're going to be focusing on are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, and the assignment operator. So first, when we look at addition, it's straightforward. It's like you would do it in your math class or something like that. It's that straightforward. So here I have a int x, which equals 5, and an int y. And if you watched my last video, you should know the difference between this initialization and this declaration. And so now I'm going to initialize y to x plus 2. X holds the value 5. So y is going to hold the value 7. So it's that straightforward. And this is an example showing without using a variable, we can do it this straightforward. Int z equals x plus 10. It's the same thing for subtraction. Int a equals 6. Int b, so we're going to make b equal to 6 minus 1. That actually should be a. Let's make it equal to a minus 1, which now b holds the value 5. And so int c equals 9 minus 4, so c will hold the same value as 5. It's that straightforward. So looking at multiplication, we have an int x which equals 8. I've declared an integer y, and I'm going to initialize y to x times 5. So y holds the value 40. And then again, straightforward, we can do int c equals 4 times 5, which will make c equal to 20. And I know this is boring. Same thing with division, although division is a little different. Int a equals 10, int b equals a divided by 5. So b holds the value 2, because 5 goes into 10 2 times. But here, I made it a little bit different. Int c equals 21 divided by 10, so c is going to hold the value 2. Division does not give you the remainder, it just gives you the full whole integer number. So 10 goes into 21 2 times. But if we want that remainder, we use modulus. So here's an example of how we would get the remainder. So it's int x equal 10, int y, and we're going to make y equal to x mod 8. So 8 goes into 10 one time with a remainder of 2. So y holds the value 2. Same thing here, int z equals 5 mod 3. 3 goes into 5 one time with a remainder of 2. If we change this to 6 mod 3, we'll get a remainder of 0. And that comes in you, say you're writing a program and you need to have multiples of 3. Well, if you know the remainder is 0, you know that number's a multiple of 3, and you can go forward from there. Now let's go into NetBeans, use some of the operators, and actually see the number that's being held by that variable. So here I still have mine on the side. If you don't have it, you probably can just go into recent projects and find it, or just open projects, and it should take you to the folder where it was saved. But mine is here, and so I'm going to go to source packages, go to default package, and instead of using this last class we made, I'm just going to make another one. So I'm gonna go to new Java class, and I'm gonna call this operators. So I have a new public class called operators. And the first thing I'm going to do is initialize a couple of variables and declare a couple of variables. So I'm going to do 3 initializations, 3 declarations, and then we're going to manipulate those using the operators. So let's make well, what's the first thing we got to do? The first thing I do is got to make a public main method here. Again, that's a shortcut if you're using NetBeans. To do that, it's just psvm tab. And so I'm gonna make a int x equal 10. I'm gonna try to keep the number simple. Int y equals 5, and int z equals, I don't know, I don't want to do multiples of 5. I'm gonna say 16. Yes. And now I'm gonna just declare some variables here. And so what I'm gonna do is just a few examples, like I showed in the slide. So let's make a equal 25. How will we do that? We can do straight up a equals 25, of course, but we want to use the operator. So let's show addition here, and let's say a equals x plus 15. Let's make b equal, let's make them all equal 25, but in different ways. Let's make b equal 25, but let's use subtraction. Let's make c equals 25 using division. Let's do let's actually just do multiplication with subtraction in there. So let's do z times 2 minus 7. So z times 2 will give us 32 minus 7. And this leads into a great topic to talk about. There are precedents set, so it would do multiplication first. That's why I did not need parentheses around there, but I could just do this to be sure, to make sure I did z times 2 first and then minus 7. So that should equal 25. All these should equal 25. Now how do we see that? Because I can run this, but it will run and it shouldn't be an error. So I'm gonna run it. It should run. It builds successful. No errors. So let's talk about a way to outprint this into this outprint box right here, this outprint window. And a way we do that is we use a system.outprint. I just did a shortcut similar to the public static void main, where I just did SOUT tab, but of course you could just type it out, system print. And what this ln stands for is next line, so it's going to print and go to the next line, you know. So we can take that out if we want to print something, and then it will print something right after that if we left it like this. So what I'm gonna do is outprint A, B, and C, and we should see 3 25s on the screen. The way we would print if we're printing out a string is, because what this does is take a string argument, and so I'm gonna just type this: should print 3. I'm gonna do 3 25s. Let's do this. X plus 15 equals okay. So what I did might be confusing if you are programming for the first time. So like I said earlier, this takes a string argument. So we typed in a string, which was something we went over the last video. And what I did here was I typed the string, and I just typed x plus 15 equals, and right here I concatenated a onto the end of this string, so we can pass it this variable a, because this variable is just an integer. So we don't have to put that in quotations and put an a there, because then it would just print out an a. If we want to print out that value that's stored in a variable, we can do that by just passing it. So that's all I did here, was I added whatever the value of a is onto the end of this, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Um, 30 minus y equals b, and then I'm gonna type this one out so you guys can see it completely. And I'm gonna type 16 times 2 minus 7 equals so if I did everything right, I should get, these should print 3 25s, should be the first thing that prints, followed by x plus 15 equals 25, 30 minus y equals 25, 16 times 2 minus 7 equals 25. So I'm gonna run this. This should print 3 25s. X plus 15 equals 25. 30 minus y equals 25. 16 times 2 minus 7 equals 25. And this actually should be Z. So Z times 2 minus 27 equals 25. So let's look at one more thing, and we'll look at modulus. And so I'm gonna add equals how about we use 25, and let's make an int d. And we'll try to get just a remainder. So if we divide 25 by 5, we'll get 0 as the remainder. Let's do a simple one like that. And so we'll do d equals w mod 5. and then we'll do the same thing here. We'll show that this should give the remainder of, and I'm gonna just go to the next line with it. There is a next line character that I can put in the thing, but I'm gonna try to keep it simple. This should give the remainder of I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put 20 mod 5 equals, and I'm gonna put D, and this should print out 20 mod 5 equals 0. This should give the remainder of 20 mod 5 equals 0. So let's run that. This should give the remainder of 20 mod 5 equals 0. And that are the operators we're looking at today. And this is the end of the video, basically. There's not much to go over with operators. Again, if I went a little too fast, just let me know. Also, rewind the video at points you might have got confused. And next video, we'll probably start again. We'll do more operators, but we'll do relational, equality, logical. Probably look at things like loops and if statements. So we'll definitely start looking at how we can basically look at conditional statements, and depending on a certain condition, we want to execute this or do this. So everything we're doing is building on each other, and we'll eventually get to the point where one of these videos I might actually make a program, a simple program. Probably after the video we talk about loops and ifs, and then we'll throw it all together to make a program. I don't know what it will be, but it might be something fairly simple, like enter the grades of 5 students. If a student has a 90 or above, print out you got an A. If the student has between 80 or 90, print out they got a B. If a student has, and something like that, a simple program like that, I'm not guaranteeing that's what the program is going to be, but it will be something that uses conditionals, conditional statements with relational equality and logical operators, as well as variables that we've seen already here, and definitely using the outprint to outprint strings and our values. Well, that's it. This is TC Programmer. Thanks for tuning in. This time I'll try to leave a link to my Twitter, so please follow me, please subscribe, please hit the like button. Like I said, I'm doing it because I love programming. I love helping, and people really should get into programming. I really think it's a thing that's starting that it's already started, but it's definitely a booming field. Computer science, things like that. We had to get more people interested in technology such as this, and I feel strongly about that. And again, thanks for watching. This is TC Programmer. See you all next time.